Hi there, Golden Valley. John with the Park and Rec Department bringing you another home rec activity. Today, you might notice over the last several months that you have seen my puppy, Rosie, in a lot of my videos, whether she's been invited in or whether she has decided to come in and crash a few of them. But clearly she is my four-legged friend. And she has been a great help during these unique times at home. And so today I'd like to show you guys an activity that gives a little something back to her. So we're going to actually make some homemade dog treats today. I will add one quick disclaimer. The primary ingredient for this is peanut butter, so if you do have any allergies to nuts, please look out there for other recipes. There are several other recipes that do not feature nuts. But this one is the simplest one that I have found at this time because it actually only features 4 ingredients. So that's why we're going with this. But there are a lot of other recipes out there that I would encourage you to look for if you do have a peanut allergy. So to get started, you can tell I am in my kitchen. So I've got my ingredients over here. I have the peanut butter, clearly. That's easy. So I'm going to put that in my mixing bowl to start. And this recipe can be found on the City of Golden Valley's website under the Home Rec page, but you are looking for a half a cup of peanut butter in this instance. It does not matter whether it's chunky or smooth. In this instance, I am using smooth, or creamy, I should say. But get that half a cup of peanut butter in there, which is easier said than done. Then from there, we are going to add 2 cups of flour. And meanwhile, while I am mixing all these ingredients together, I did actually start preheating the oven. The oven should be preheated to 350 degrees. So then I am going to add 2 eggs. Get the remainder of the ingredients off of the peanut butter spoon here. And I know I said there were 4 ingredients. I have not forgotten about the water. That's actually the next step. But what you're going to want to do now that you've got all this in here, these first 3 ingredients, is go ahead and mix this up real good. And what we're going to do is after we've kind of mixed this up, we're going to add water in a little bit at a time just to try and make it a little bit softer so that we can put it out and start rolling it out and get ready to put in the oven. So I'm actually going to bring this over here. I've been blocking you guys, so I'm stirring it up. Clearly I need a little bit of water, so I'm going to go over here. It's going to be up to about 1/4 cup of water. Just add a little bit at a time to start. See, that little bit is already helping quite a bit. Set this down for a second. Get a little better. Looks like my oven is ready. So I need to add a little bit more water here. Clearly I'm doing this by hand. If you do have a mixer, you can certainly do that, as that's probably easier than just trying to stir on your own. And actually I still have a lot of flour, so I'm actually going to add just a little bit more water than that original 1/4 cup. There we go. So I added probably another 1/8 of a cup here. And now it's starting to kind of take place here and really kind of gel together. And actually I'm going to add just a little bit more water to finish off the last of that flour and get it all to kind of stick together. And once I've got this mixed up, I'm going to get it rolled out. My dog can smell it already. She's coming in here. Rosie girl's coming in looking at me going, I know you're making something for me. Making something for me. So she's all pretty excited here. All right. So I've got it pretty well mixed up. Now I'm actually going to dive in and move the camera just for a second here. Get this over here. Of course I'm doing this with clean hands. I'm going to get in there now. Try and mix it up. And I got a pretty good ball of dough here now that I'm gonna roll out a knead out here, flatten it out. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten part of it out. And I'm going to cut a couple cookie cutters or bowls or glasses or whatever you might be able to do. Got a nice cookie there. I'm just going to put it on a greased pan here. I'm going to fill this up and I'm going to pop it in the oven at 350 degrees, as I said earlier, and I'm going to cook them for about 15 minutes. You just want a little bit of crunch there. So I'm actually going to take this in, put this in. I will be right back with a finished copy of this. All right, so while I'm waiting for the first batch to finish up, I did actually go ahead and cut the rest of them. So here's what I have. As you can see, these are probably a little thicker. So as I'm running into right now, I'm going a little over the 15 minutes at 350 degrees in the oven. But if you make them a little bit thinner, they'll probably cook a little quicker. I think I've got about another minute or two. I just checked on them a couple minutes ago. So we'll get them out here shortly. Again, you want them basically just to have a good little crunch to them for the dog. And I will cook these after I get that first batch out. I did pop one out already as well, in full disclosure, that I'm going to give Rozzy here a taste test once we get them out. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get these out of the oven, see where we're at. Yep, they got a good little crunch to them. So you can see, here's what they look like. I'm gonna let those cool. As I said, I did cheat a little bit and took one out a minute ago, a little bit early, one of the thinner ones, to let it cool up, crisp up here a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and see what Miss Rozzy girl thinks. Come here. So, sit. Good dog. Is that good? Well, I think we had a little bit of a success here as Rozzy's finishing that up. Again, these directions can be found on the City of Golden Valley's website under the Home Wrecked page. And I do encourage you, please share with us what your dog thinks of them. Maybe even send us some pictures of your dog on these social media posts or using the hashtag #GVHomeWreck. Thanks much, and we look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. Take care.